these are both fair questions. On this channel, though, we're more interested in function. So today we're looking at 3 exercises you can use to target different areas of the hip to improve your strength.
Spoiler alert, these are all variations of the plank. And planks work really well because we are using our muscles isometrically, or they're not changing length. So if you look at the example of a bicep curl, when you're curling the weight up and down, the muscle's lengthening and shortening, and we call that concentric and eccentric contractions. If you picture you're holding a dumbbell out in front of you and your arm is not moving, the bicep is still working, it's just working isometrically. So we're going to take this concept and apply them to the exercises today. Here are the 3 exercises we're going to work on today. And we're picking these exercises because there's research to show there's a lot of muscle activation with these exercises in the muscles that we're looking to activate. It's going to look like a side plank where you're straight line between heels all the way up to ear. Core is nice and tight. You're definitely hitting some core. From here, we're abducting the top hip. In doing so, you'll feel that top hip working, but it's really this bottom hip that's preventing us from sagging like this. So bottom hip is working really, really hard to keep us straight, and it is quite a hard exercise. To make this easier, if that is too hard, just try the same thing from the modified side plank position. So you're here on knees, still can go abduction on the top, and that bottom hip is still working hard to keep us straight. So you really feel it, even here, you can really, really feel it on the sides of the hips. The second one, let's try to hit a little bit more glute max with some hip extension based planks. So if we drop down into your traditional plank here on elbows, all we're doing, keep core nice and tight, we're just going to drive that leg straight up towards the ceiling and engage, squeeze that glute. And we can alternate. What you don't want to do with this one is go up too high and have the lower back curve. So keep everything nice and tight in the core, straight up, straight up. To make this easier, similarly to the last one, just come onto knees. Since we're here though, let's bend knees 90 degrees and we can still get a good contraction out of that glute max. And the last one, we've hit the outside, we've hit the back. Let's hit the inside, the adductors. For this, we're going to try what we call the Copenhagen plank. So what you're going to need is a chair or a bench. And the hard version, the leg that we have on the chair is the leg we're working. So in the side plank, it was the bottom hip that was really working. With the Copenhagen plank, it's the top hip. So we're going to come up into a plank and we're going to come here to where it's this top adductors are keeping us straight. It's really hard. If you've never done these before, I would probably start with something easier. Easier in this case is we're just going to shorten the lever arm. So we're going to come here. A little bit easier with the bench than a chair, but you get the idea. Everything's straight. Bottom leg is lifted. It's the top adductors keeping me straight. And you can just hold this. If both of those are too hard, you can do an incline Copenhagen plank on like a bed. Maybe a bench will still work for you. When you're in a plank position on an incline, same idea. Bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight, and then you're just holding this. Everything's a straight line, core is engaged. And you should still feel that on the inside of the thigh.